In the beginning, before anything existed, before the mountains rose, before the oceans roared, before even time began, there was only God. Silent, infinite, perfect. Yet within him burned a desire to create beauty, a world shaped by love. And then God spoke. Let there be light. Light exploded like the first breath of the universe, a radiant burst piercing the endless dark. It washed over the void, revealing space, revealing time, revealing the beginning of everything. God called the light day and the darkness night, and evening passed, and morning came, the first day. On the second day, from the swirling waters of creation, God lifted his voice again. The waters trembled, they parted, and a vast blue canopy stretched outward, higher and wider than any eye could see. Clouds gathered like gentle flocks. The first winds whispered across the heavens, and the sky stood ready to shelter the world to come. God smiled, and evening passed and morning came, the second day. On the third day, God spoke again, and the waters rushed to obey. They rolled back into deep basins, forming seas and oceans, carving coastlines and shaping shores. From beneath the waters, land surged upward, mountains piercing the clouds, valleys folding softly between them, rivers tracing silver paths across the earth. But the land was bare, waiting. So God commanded, "Let the earth bring forth life." And the earth obeyed. Grass unrolled like a green carpet, flowers burst into color. Trees stretched upward, their leaves shimmering under the newborn sun. And for the first time, the earth breathed, and evening passed, and morning came, the third day. On the fourth day, something was still missing. So God placed a blazing sun in the heavens, brilliant, warm, alive. Its golden rays danced across the mountains and glittered upon the seas. When the day faded, he hung a gentle moon in the night sky, its pale glow guiding the darkness. Then he scattered the stars, thousands upon thousands, shimmering like diamonds across the heavens. And evening passed, and morning came, the fourth day. On the fifth day, God's voice rolled across the seas. Let the waters abound with living creatures, and the ocean erupted with life. Whales breached with thunderous force, dolphins leapt joyfully through the waves, schools of fish shimmered like liquid jewels, coral reefs glowed with unseen colors, jellyfish drifted like floating lanterns. Then God said, "Let birds fill the heavens," and wings filled the sky, eagles soaring, sparrows dancing, color and life everywhere. And evening passed, and morning came, the fifth day. On the sixth day, God spoke again, and the land shifted beneath his power. Creatures of every kind appeared, lions roaring, elephants trumpeting, zebras galloping, wolves howling, rabbits darting, deer leaping, butterflies drifting through golden light. All creation moved, breathed, thrived. Yet the world felt incomplete. God was preparing his greatest masterpiece. He knelt and gathered the dust of the earth. With his own hands, he shaped a man, shoulders, heart, mind, soul, each detail perfect, each part filled with purpose. But the form lay still and silent until God leaned close and breathed. Life rushed into him, warm, bright, overflowing. The man opened his eyes, and the world opened with him. God called him Adam. God walked with Adam, showing him mountains, rivers, gardens blooming with life. Adam touched the leaves, felt the wind, heard the songs of birds, everything new, wonderful, alive. He named the creatures one by one, the lion, the eagle, the turtle, the deer. Yet Adam felt something missing, a companion like himself. So God caused a deep sleep to fall upon him, and while Adam slept, God formed a woman, graceful, strong, radiant. When Adam saw her, his heart overflowed with joy. She was called Eve. Together they walked with God, learning, discovering, feeling the warmth of the sun, the coolness of the water, the peace of creation. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful, multiply, care for the earth, rule over all I have made." And God saw that everything was very, very good. And evening passed and morning came, the sixth day. On the seventh day, God rested, not because he was tired, but because his work was finished, complete, perfect. He blessed the seventh day and made it holy, a gift of rest. And so the first week of the world came to a peaceful close. Creation was perfect, alive with beauty, life, and purpose. But the story of humanity had only just begun. Soon, Adam and Eve would take their first steps into a world of wonder, responsibility, and a choice that would change everything. But that is a story for our next video. As we look back on the dawn of creation, we find more than a story of beginnings. We find truths woven into every sunrise, every breath, every day of this new world. Truths that remind us that God is powerful and endlessly creative, that he formed everything from nothing. Truths that show us he works with order and purpose, teaching us to take life step by step and trust his timing. Truths that reveal the value of all he made, mountains and seas, animals and trees, calling us to care for the world around us. Truths that whisper that rest is holy, a gift meant to restore our hearts. Truths that tell us we are made in God's image, loved, valued, created for purpose. Truths that show us the beauty of companionship and unity, as seen in the first family. And truths that remind us that curiosity is a gift, a doorway that leads us to explore creation, to learn, to wonder, and to understand God more deeply. And as the story of creation draws to a gentle close, we are left standing at the very beginning of all things, a world bursting with life, beauty, and purpose. But this is only the first chapter. Humanity's journey has just begun, and the pages ahead hold wonder, courage, failure, redemption, and the unending love of God. If this story touched your heart, if it stirred your imagination or reminded you of God's greatness, then you are in the right place. Here at Stories of the Olive, we bring the Bible to life, one story at a time. So before you go, like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to Stories of the Olive so you never miss the next chapter. Because the story continues, and you won't want to miss what comes next.